been a while since I streamed. Gotta make sure everything's set up correctly. Alright, let's get started here. Gonna have to change my setup here. Uh, which green looks close here? I'm gonna go with this one. Whoa. I do that a lot more than I care to admit. Accidentally skew the shape instead of scale. Hmm. Might need a bit more curve than that. That looks a little better. Save my progress before I. Save my progress before I. How's it going, Philly boy? Welcome to the stream. This is my first stream, according to my Twitch channel, in 2 years, so I'm kind of rusty. Not that I really was a regular to begin with. How's it going, Philly boy? Welcome to the stream. This is my first stream, according to my Twitch channel, in 2 years, so I'm kind of rusty. Not that I really was a regular to begin with. Group all those together. Those together. Not sure of the best shape to attack this, but let's give it a shot. It's actually not bad. Pretty close. I think the whites of the eyeballs need to be a bit smaller though. Maybe about there. Not sure of the best shape to attack this, but let's give it a shot. This is witchcraft. Uh, I wouldn't call it that maybe, but it's been years of practice. Definitely. Been doing MLB for 4 or 5 years now, logos. And then before that, a little bit of Call of Duty. You know how you can make your emblems and then eventually they like turn it into like the guns. You could put like gun wraps and stuff on it. I'm gonna change the shape actually. Just cover up these blue parts here. Seems a little off center to me. See if I can fix that. That seems better. Uh-oh. Didn't mean to do that. Just copy, paste back. Seen your work on Reddit since 17. Yeah, it's pretty close. I think I started in 15 or 16, honestly. I just did it for fun. Like, I made logos for free. And then it got to the point where people started, like, asking me to commission them. So I was just like, why not? I totally just used to do these for fun because the shape editor was, I don't know, just something about it seemed fun to me. Definitely had some bouts of burnout over the years where I'm just like, man, I'm kind of sick of making logos, but usually only lasts for a little longer. All right, so there's the face. I actually made this logo about 3 or 4 years ago. It was before they introduced the vault, so like before you could actually transfer anything over. I made this one. Might be able to pull up my YouTube later and kind of compare the two, because I know I have my logo archive on there. So up until 2018, I just saved all my logos, kept them, and made a YouTube video. But now I have an Instagram, and everything since 18 is on there. Copy paste tool is my friend though. Spent or saved so many hours just doing that. You should actually be going. Whoops. Put those behind this one. This one needs to be a bit wider. Yeah, my Instagram's kind of new. I made it at the end of 18, and I just uploaded everything in one day. I kind of have a few days like that. I've been trying to keep it updated, like whenever I make something new, to upload it the same day, but it doesn't always happen. Link for that should be in my Twitch channel. I was just updating that earlier today. Flying Platypus. Yeah, I haven't seen him make stuff in a while, but that kid was damn good. He and Spagoo. Spagoo, I'm not sure if he makes too many anymore. Thanks for joining the stream, Thuni. Good to see ya. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do this on a regular basis, quite like other people, but today I was just like, why not? I got plenty of time after work. I was gonna make logos anyway. Seemed pretty fun. Portland Beavers logos. Yeah, I made those 2, 3 years ago. It was the first year that you could actually transfer stuff. That one, probably one of the more popular ones I've ever made. It exploded. Everybody wanted to be the Beavers, which I don't know. There are a lot of minor league teams that people just have like a cultural connection to because they grew up there, and I don't know like the how much it meant to the communities down there, but people just like Beavers, man. I've seen so many people make like Vancouver Beavers and like all different types of colors and team locations. So that was probably one of the most extensive ones I did at the time. Because a lot of people just wanted something detailed because at the time it was just like really basic stuff on the vault, if that makes sense. Like, didn't have too much hours into it. It's weird because I keep track of like which ones people download the most. It's typically like college teams, like this year it's Tennessee Volunteers, Oklahoma Sooners. Um, there are a couple times where I'll do like a pro team. Like one year I made the Throwback Angels from like Angels in the Outfield, and that one got really popular. But other than that, like the ones that get really popular for me are like the extensive ones I make that have like a funny name. So Beavers, Eugene Emeralds, the mob logo. Yeah, I surprised myself. I am not good at doing humans, which some people are just like, oh, you could do anything based on the work that you put out there, but human faces are hard. I found too that like replicating stuff, that already exists is a lot easier than making something on your own. Just because you can see like all the details. The other one's just guessing because nobody's ever made it before, and you have to, you know, ask yourself like, does this look good or not? This still seems too thick. I'm gonna make this smaller. I guess I had the benefit of the doubt with the mob one a bit too, because it is kind of cartoony. Like it's not an actual person's face, but do you have an overlay or whatever on your monitor for reference right now? That picture in the bottom left corner, I just eye it. I look down at it. I see a detail, and I try and replicate it on the thing. There are some people out there who actually have like a tracing machine where you can like actually, you know, see. I'm pointing at my computer. That's not going to do much. So imagine me on PlayStation, and then there's like another overlay over it with like the picture. That's what most, or not most people, that's what some people do to make it exact, and then they just fit the shape to what's on the screen. But I do this all based on just looking over seeing what shape I want to do next, seeing like what shape would best fit that. Yeah, dude, this is purely just eyesight and freestyle. Always has been. The more you do it, the more you start to figure out like, shapes that you can use over and over. Or it's funny to think about. Like, you just look at the Lake Monster logo here, for example, and you're just like, how can I break that down into pieces? So let me open up here. If you can see like all these basic shapes on the screen here, you'll have like squares, triangles, half domes. Well, the top head of the lake monster, I'm going to use my mouse here just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. This shape right here is like a half dome like this, just on its side. And you just consistently have to keep looking at the logo and just be like, why or how can I make this look the same? So why do you have to put so many layers? Well, that's the thing. You have to build it piece by piece. You're only limited to these things that they give you on each page, and you have to figure out how to comprise the logo of just using those. They do have some logos that are pre-built, like these, where they're already built. You just need to like fill in the colors or whatever you want. But if you want to make something from scratch, it's all piece by piece. I think I'm finally happy with this little thing on top of his head. Group these together. Bring that over here. Actually, that was a bad idea. You ever made like a PowerPoint and you have to like put things in order so it like shows up in the order you want on the screen? Lagavulin? Yeah, I do remember making that one. It's like a is that like a lion holding a harp or something? It's like a beer or something, right? I did make that a few years ago. Was that for you? I saved my work often too. One time I made a whole Detroit Red Wings logo and it didn't save because I was stupid. So I saved like every 5-10 minutes. Yeah, Scotch. I don't drink, so I wouldn't know. I was just like, this looks like a prestigious like beer, or Scotch or something. I did make that though. That might be in my YouTube video. All right, how are we gonna do the tail here? Welcome to the stream, SoCal Kid. I did make another Storm logo last year. It had like the eyes and then like a bunch of slashes that make out the word Storm. So if you do end up getting a PS4 again, that's out there. Or I'm unsure what SDS is gonna do with the show because like I've heard rumors that they're gonna do like Xbox and Switch. Maybe they make a PC thing. I feel like a lot of people would play that, especially if they continue on with tournaments and all that. People already play on monitors as it is. Frame rates and stuff would be ridiculous. That's coming from a guy who I've been on Sony my entire life. I've never I'm broadcasting this for a Mac. Yeah, I made a few Storm logos. One was last year. One was last year, and then I made one 3 4 years ago. That one I actually got shouted out by the MLB The Show's Twitter account way back in the day. That was one of the proudest moments of my life in terms of what I've done on video games, I suppose. I was, I mean, I was like small time there too. I wasn't on Reddit or anything really then. surprised I was even on Twitter. Twitter was dormant until like I picked it back up again this year. Were both the Storm ones for you? That could be. Like I said, minor league teams. I have no idea. I have no idea how big their reach actually is. So commission emotes, overlays, transitions. uh, People I know always say I should go into graphic design. Like this is the brunt of what I do. I haven't done anything else really logo related. Um, Even the little person you might see on my overlay. I guess that's not showing up right here. Uh, my graphics aren't showing up. Well, the one that I have for my Twitch and like Twitter account and stuff, I actually just commissioned that from some guy on Fiverr, so I didn't even make that myself. It's weird because I went to school for broadcasting and I do like all sorts of video editing and I've done a little bit of Photoshop, but I've almost never done like graphic related stuff except for like newspaper layouts. Storm is big down here since they're closest to San Diego. I My geography of California isn't great, so that makes a lot of sense though. We don't really have many minor league teams. I'm up in Minnesota. Like you have the St. Paul Saints, which are an independent league, and that's it. I've only been to one Saints game. There are a lot of baseball teams in California, though. Texas, a lot of the southern states. Iowa Cubs closest to you in terms of affiliated ball? I guess so. A lot of the Minnesota like G League teams or affiliate for like any sport are like Iowa. So you have Iowa Wild, Iowa Timberwolves, um, Cubs too, I guess. Twins affiliated ball is all over the place. Like for a while they had Fort Miracle, and then Rochester, which isn't even Rochester, Minnesota, I don't think. And then I think they have like the Chattanooga Lookouts now. Nothing close to the Saints are like a independent, which I don't know. I think they said it's close to like single A ball, just for like older people. Or I think back in the day, I remember Minnie Minoso actually played for the St. Paul Saints. I'd have to double check that again. He played when he's like 50 something for him. I just love how Bill Murray owns the team. The one game I went to, they had like cardboard cutouts of him everywhere for like the between innings shenanigans. Yeah, I've always thought about getting graphics related like programs or whatever it is. Part of it is I'm on a Mac and they don't really have much for programs except for like the Adobe Creative Suite. And the way Adobe works now is you can't actually pay for like one program anymore. You have to pay for like a bunch of them monthly. And also was the only player to appear in 4 decades of organized ball. That's amazing. I would have thought like maybe Julio Franco would have maybe been close to that. Thinking about all the baseball I've seen here in Minnesota, and I honestly miss the Metrodome. Like Target Field is sweet, don't get me wrong, but the Metrodome is fun in its own way as a spectator. I do not have Adobe Suites right now. I have a pre-purchased Adobe Premiere and Photoshop. It's the Elements version, which is like the bare bones one. So I've been making that work since college, which was 6 years ago. I just don't know how much I'd actually use it if I had it. Like I know how to use some of the programs, but Adobe Suite, I think it costs 29 a month minimum, and that's just for Photoshop, Premiere, and like one other After Effects maybe. Um, and part of it's just the compatibility I have on my Mac. I don't even know if I'd be able to run most of them, but um, the ones I bought, the Elements, that was just a one-time fee of 100, and you get to keep it. I actually have to keep telling my Mac not to update because if I do, it'll kill the programs since they're 32-bit and Mac only runs 64 since their last update. So I'm on an older version of Mac. Otherwise, pretty much all the programs I have are down the drain. Macs are awful, man. Like I wish they had more compatibility because I love them. I haven't been on PC since like Windows XP. I just don't like the new ones as much. I think part of it is I went to school and they're like, you can either have an HP or a Mac. And I was just like, Mac, hell yeah. And then since then, I just really haven't had any reason to go back too much. There aren't too many logos I've had to make more than once. Not that I have a problem with it, but I'm really glad for the transfer program. Um, let's just add this thing in here. Little tail wingy thing. Ah, did it again. Sometimes I just lose track of what menu I'm on. Skew tool always comes back to bite me. As far as graphic stuff goes, though, I might think about it over the next month or so. I'm kind of in the middle of switching careers somewhat, so I might have more free time on my hands, time to experiment. It's just a matter of like, do I actually want to pay that much for the Creative Suite? You know, I got a deal through my college, but Um, I think that only lasted for a little bit. Well, when I was at school, you got it for free. That would have been sweet to keep for like life. Because when I graduated, I got to keep my Mac. I just had to pay $25. Jesus Christ! How'd you get my PayPal? Oh, you probably still have it from the logo I made. All right. Well, I guess I'll have reason to test it out now. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm not big into Twitch, so I'm sure emotes and stuff aren't really too hard to design, but it's just a matter of figuring out what like the specifications are and stuff. Again, I appreciate it. This is a talent I guess I've honed. I've never really known if it had like a real life application, but I suppose I could, you know, like I said, this is just breaking stuff out into shapes. Like I've always been fascinated by logos and how clever they are and what all goes into them, but I don't know. I've never really considered like making it into a career myself. This is still something I consider a hobby. But yeah, it's getting to the point where I went to school for broadcasting and that hasn't quite panned out. The career I'm currently in probably going to change somewhat just because of COVID. So maybe just getting into maybe this is the time to start getting into graphic design or something similar. Everyone needs a side hustle. That's true. Um, that's the thing. Like when I was a kid, I was in high school and um, I didn't know what my parents would think if I made logos as a side hustle. They're like, "Where are you getting all this money from?" So I didn't quite start until I moved out. I probably missed out on some bank because of that, but uh, yeah, it's better than reselling. Can't even imagine the crap that goes on with that. I just mentioned that because I work at a mall and I see it all the time. The other thing about this, I'm making this logo on a delay since I'm on a remote play right now. Sport marketing and management. That would have been cool to go into, honestly. I had a minor in coaching, but I'm a little bit of an introvert, so that's not necessarily the best thing. Gonna save my work. First, I'm just gonna make sure it's centered. I might actually work on this little tail thing again because I'm picky. I have lost so much knowledge about coaching. Like the coaching part, I remember because I was with the JV baseball team for my practicum. But if you ask me like about muscle groups or how to make a splint or first aid, like I'd be hella rusty right now. Plus, I'm a little bit squeamish, so if I was like going to coaching, somebody like had a compound fracture or something, like I would nope out. Well, there is the Lake Monsters logo. Uh, guy also wanted me to make this one, so that'll be up next. I did not make the script last time. Scripts are always a lot more challenging for me. Apologies if I miss anything on chat. I'm like streaming on my computer, and then I have Twitch open on my phone just because I'm not sure how to really do the layout stuff. The way I'm broadcasting right now is anything that's on my desktop goes to my screen to my stream. So they have a thing on Streamlabs, which is what I'm using, where they import the Twitch chat, but then you'd also see like all the bells and whistles and the same screen going into the void over and over again. So single monitor. I'm on a MacBook Air. Don't really have much of a choice beyond that. Although I do have a TV behind me, if I could figure out a way to use that. My PS4 is in the other room. Like I said, I'm new to this whole thing. This is my first Twitch stream in 2 years. Anything else I did was just on my PS4 through YouTube, and I just put a headset on. I don't usually have the layout like this. My my normal setup is I'll have my laptop on the couch, like on the little arm beside me, and then I'll just look at my TV. The one in my room is not a smart TV. The one I have in my living room is, unfortunately. So I'm going to, first of all, copy this, import it into the next one. That way I keep the same colors and everything. This is going to be very tiny. You look at the long rectangle where it says Lake Monsters versus like the Jersey rectangle I have to work with here. Not quite the same. Scripts are always so hard, though. These are harder than the actual logos, which doesn't sound right when it's just letters, but it's true. Gosh, how do I want to do this? Let's start with the bottom of the L, I guess. So go here, then I'll have to small one. Cursive and fonts and all that are just so hard. Yeah, definitely cursive. So if you look at like this one that they have in the game, like even matching the caret from like the left end to the right end of the next letter is hard. But basic shapes, you can make stuff out of squares and triangles and circles easy. But once you start getting these curves, like I think the most difficult thing to make on a basic level is the letter S. It is always going to look like complete ass compared to everything else because you have to match up the curves, not too thick, not too thin, and have it look like a circle at the same time. So I'm just doing an example here. It just takes so many shapes to do, and then if you have a text that you want like an outline, like this blue thing I'm making right here, if I wanted to add like a silver outline to it, then you'd have to do it all over again. So I'll delete that. And then with some fonts, they're at an angle. So best way to describe it, if I can just like go on the camera, is like you have the scripts that go like this, like a rainbow shape, and it's like block text, but it has to be curved into like a rainbow. You have to go in and use the skew tool in here, which is abysmal in terms of like how touchy it is. So here's a regular square. Skew tool start to go like this and that, and like I'm trying to just get it back to the normal square right now, and it's really tough. But yeah, skew tool is if you wanted to go like, you know, diagonal or something. So like for this lake monsters, you have the L, and then like the bottom part right here curves down. So you're gonna have to put another shape that also does that in addition to one that you just put down. So like this, I guess. This is too big. Yeah, I'm gonna run out of space if I make it that big. Oh boy. All right, let's start that here, and that goes here. That's starting to look a little bit better. Oh, there's the skew tool. So there's the start of the L. Yeah, you're telling me that's a lot of work for one letter. And then I'm gonna have to do it again because this is just the outline. I'm gonna have to do the green part too. So the nice thing is I can copy all this like so, and then change the color. But then when you resize it, everything gets kind of tweaked heavy one direction. So you have to like ungroup it and um, make all the necessary changes from there. I've heard that quite a bit. I don't charge enough. I just me personally, I feel kind of guilty charging people too much for because some people offer me more than like what the game is even worth, and I just think that's insane. You know, game's $60. I've had people at lunch offer me $100 for their logo. And I just It's insane. Thing is, though, have to see how long this stream's been going for, but logo set like this generally takes me maybe 2 hours because I usually do it all in one session. I don't usually like leave and come back too much unless I have like 5 in the same set or something. Yeah, it depends. I have some people that pay good amount, might take me 20 minutes. I have other people that pay me $10, might take me 2 hours. I'm gonna rethink it next year, I think. I also don't charge up front because I have trust in people and I would rather they see what they're getting and agree to it just so they're happy. As the years go on, though, I've been getting less and less stiff because I'm getting more careful about who I talk to, who I take requests from. Um, I guess as my reputation goes up too, people are more respectful of my time. Not quite enough. That looks a little bit more even. Copy paste is my best friend though, because if like there's two different words you have to spell and they share similar letters, you just copy paste it. This one, the only one that I think looks similar is the E. Like the rest are all unique, so it might take me a little bit longer. Well, there's one letter. I gotta add a little white stuff to it too. A little. Uh, Actually, that should be easy. Just copy this. Bam. Look at all the time I just saved me right there. Is it visible enough is the question. Because once I zoom out, well, this is gonna be pretty long from left to right. So that's the other thing is sometimes you just have to make sacrifices for, with how many shapes you get 1,000 shapes, and even the tiniest details probably aren't going to show up by and large when somebody's in the game. So sometimes you're just like, do I need to be this fine, or can I just do something close and call it a day? If you try and make it too perfect, if that's your attitude, like, I mean, it's kind of crappy to say, but you're just gonna get super frustrated and waste a lot of time. As much as I'd like it to be perfect for everybody. All right, now I'm happy with that letter. One down. Got to at least dabble in graphic design. That's the other thing is the guy who made my logo for my channel, his turnaround was like 2 days. And with logos like this, maybe I could go through Fiverr and, you know, have a reputable business because I've had people like scam me on PayPal before. But you would have to like offer some sort of turntable or timetable for like completion. And me, like, with my work schedule the way it is, like, I never know when I'm going to have a chance to work on these. So I just do them whenever I can or whenever I feel up to it. During quarantine, I was doing at least one set per day, but now I'm back to working 45, 50 hours a week at my job. So I'm just trying to do what I can when I can. This next letter should be just a bit easier because the A is just two different circles for the background. Well, the green part will be tougher, at least. I appreciate it, man. I don't know how much I'm going to stream, but I do like. I. It's kind of surreal. Like I don't consider myself like a big person on the web or whatever, but I built the logo subreddit from scratch, which it has over 2,000 subscribers. It's nearing 3,000 actually, and I just think that's crazy because mostly I just post whatever I make on there. It's just like a database. Eventually, other people started doing it. A little bit thinner there. Let's see, maybe like that. Make these just a bit larger. Thanks for watching. I appreciate chat. Kept the stream lively. First 10 minutes was just me staring at a screen. So that was a great talk. I hope to maybe get my streams a little bit more wider audience. Then I might think about doing it some more. But this was just a one-off thing. I'm like, as long as I'm making a logo tonight, might as well try streaming again. Can't believe it's only 8:30 where I am. I guess that's what happens when I get out of work really early compared to normal. Once again, I appreciate it. I'm excited to use the suite too. Um, I'll have to mess around with everything and figure out how to use it a little bit. But I did use After Effects, which I haven't used in like, oh, damn near 6 years. So I gotta start doing the. I used to do speedrun vids too, where like I would do this and speed it up and show people the whole painstaking process over the course of I don't know, a few minutes. Just speed it way up. That'll be fun again. But yeah, I've always wanted to try doing graphic design, learning how to do that. Thought about getting a drop pad once too. Macs don't really do well with those. Thank you again though. I'm excited. All right, there's two letters. Maybe a little bit more white on here. Thanks again for the donation and shout me out on Twitter. Being a source of conversation really means a lot, especially for my first stream in a couple years. Sleep well. Next step is I gotta figure out how to get Spotify going because I can listen, but Be cool to have my stream be able to listen to. It's got 2 letters, 5, 10 more to go without any copy pasting. Well, I can borrow part of this for the K. So what I like to is, depending on how consistent the font choice is by whoever made this one in the first place, you can steal a little bit of bits and chunks every so often. So there's part of the K right there, just like that. All right, the edge of the K is curvy boy. Needs to be a bit thinner down here. No, not the scale tool. That's better. The other reason I kind of do these all in one go is if you go to favorite colors, usually it's just more like recent colors. So if I were to close the game and load this up again tomorrow, like those wouldn't be there. Majority of them. It's just like whatever you did in that session. Move this over here. Blue needs to be a bit thicker though. Delete those since I don't really need them. Now this one kind of has one that goes a bit further down the K that's not just in the background. Now the blue still looks really thin compared to the A. That's a bit better. Wonder how many times I've said that on stream so far. starting to feel the lag a little bit more here. Just the input of playing with remote play. Just gonna delete that for now. And whew. Where is the K? I just trim this K a little bit. Just have a little bit more air between the top of the K and the E. Well, there's one word. Oh, I need to connect these two. Alright, those are connected, and I need a little bit of white here. Up to 1.5 hours on the stream. Means I'm making good time. Usually, like I said, do these in about 2.5 hours. Gotta get another soda. This This M is going to be a nightmare. What I might do is just have to make the monsters part here. Just because otherwise it's going to be insane to try and fit everything from like one side of the rectangle to the other. Everything's going to look like microscopic. So first I'll get rid of this thing. So this one, the tail goes down quite a bit. I'm gonna make that a triangle. Oh, that's at least 3 times so far this stream. How do I want to do this? Maybe 2 different shapes? It might actually work. Alright, now I'm gonna have a bit smaller one over here. Just get rid of the triangles I did here at the end. This is just more of a curve. It's not quite connecting the way I want. If I go up a little bit more. Yeah, that looks better. Let's make this blue. lag. There we go. What is going on here? My button got stuck. Or something. Oh, that's not good. That would explain it. There's a good looking M. Getting a lot more interference now. What the heck? Well, I quit my program. Hopefully that alleviates some stress. Still seems really slow right now. Really like to finish this before my remote play app craps out. Actually, this one's a little bit more like this shape. Oh, I forgot to add the white to the M. Let's fix that right now. My controller's freaking out again. I think it's my L1 or R1 button. That is whack. What is going on? Oh, I want to copy this one. Oh, getting there. I'm surprised I haven't used as many lasers as I have. $300 is not bad, especially considering I have the lake monster as a part of that, like the first one. How's it going, Kaskin? Thanks for dropping by. it's not every day I really get to interact with too many other logo creators, so kind of glad I threw it on the Reddit. Let's go with this one. I have a feeling once I get done with this letter, it's going to look a lot different than the rest, not really in a good way. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people use like a tracing type thing, or having like a transparent layer. I've just done it freestyle or freehand for as long as I can remember. Then again, I don't use too many tools like OBS or anything like that too often, partially because I have a Mac. It usually makes the process a lot quicker and, well, less painful. I'm a patient person, but did freehand with a BC logo. Is that a Boston College? I'll have to look at that one again. Yeah, I've been doing freehand pretty much since I've started making logos. It's just the way I kind of train my eye. And I agree, like, mine could definitely be a lot cleaner and detailed, but part of me is also just like, some of like the really, really tiny pixelated ones that might look like mistakes. Like, people are going to pick that out on a jersey. What was Boston College? I don't remember that one. Do you know how long ago you posted on the logo sub? If you did? I've seen a lot of Eagles ones though recently. Could just be that. Whoa. S's are the bane of my existence. Especially the ones that get like wider for no reason at certain parts. Take a look at the link in a second here. Oh, cool. It doesn't log me out of Twitch. Oh, yeah, that one was dope. I might have seen that one on the vault instead of Reddit. Could just be that I'm not. Could just be that I'm not like logged into Reddit when I open it in Twitch, but I didn't give that one an upvote arrow yet. That was really impressive. Eagles are tough, man. Like the feathers and all that. I've made a couple. It's no easy task. You never know what shape to use. Oh, you just put it on the vault. Maybe that's where I saw it. When I uploaded it within the last couple days. Yeah, a lot of people forget to upload their stuff. Deadline's always like in February, and some people might not be playing the old one by then. They might have deleted it from their PlayStation. But yeah, you're going to have a lot of kids from Switch and Xbox that are going to come in and be looking for stuff. Commissions are going to be, oh, pretty lengthy. Or not lengthy, just, well, the list, like the list of people that might request are going to be request list. That's what I was going for. I sure hope it's not delayed though because of COVID. Because I could also see them being like, well, since we didn't have enough time in the studio, it's going to be pushed back a year. You know what I mean? Wonder how much they're actually going to do. My stuff's freaking out again. Still don't truly know if they're going to have PC or not. Alright, it's definitely not my controller just having buttons get stuck. 'Cause it's definitely different buttons that are being weird each time. Kind of doing these three letters all at the same time since they're all pretty connected. Yeah, probably not for the PC. I don't think so either. Probably get a lot of people that would love it though, just because they're already on monitors anyway. They want the graphical advantage. Yeah, Microsoft Game Pass probably isn't going to happen just with it being a Sony exclusive for so long. Oh, I was not having any issues with my connection or anything. Just really doesn't want me to make the word monsters today. Save my work. Yeah, thanks for dropping by. Appreciate it. Have a good night too. I don't think going from a Pepsi to a Coke was the best idea. Kind of weird little reaction in my tummy. All right, I'm gonna move this. Maybe down here. Oh no, I missed the L. Actually, I'll probably move this up here. I've almost doubled my followers tonight, so there's something. Just glad nobody subbed because again, I have no idea how much I'm actually going to do this in the future. Don't want any, just empty subs. I wouldn't feel right. Ugh. PlayStation, why are you letting me down so hard? It's having such a good hour of interruption free. There it goes again. Jesus Christ. Might get rid of my Spotify once this song is over, just so my connection speed might be better. Alright, see if that helps things out. Maybe a tiny bit. This is a terrible time for it to go. Oh no, it's stuck. It's stuck on the save. There we go. I think. Alright. Go Monsters, indeed. Making this for a commission, but this is nice logo, great color scheme. Love blue and green. Getting frustrated. Remote play doesn't want to work with me now, and I'm so close to being done. Sad they got cut. Hope somebody brings him back. I was wondering about that because there's also like a different Vermont team that I made for somebody, the Maple Kings. I think that was like their Heritage Night, or when they make like a secondary team for like a couple of days. Oh wait, why am I doing this? This whole thing's just a solid color. makes that part a whole lot easier. Just like that. Yeah, see how much easier that is? How much better it looks. Just need maybe another one with the square right here. Yeah, that looks fine. Well, I can feel my PlayStation having a little bit more solid connection now, at least. Maybe it's just because of the thunderstorms. I think it's thunderstorming in my area. And my PlayStation has wired connection, but my computer does not. Really just want this part. Ooh, getting close. Of course, now I have to go in and get the white part here. There's one. Just past the half of my available layers mark, which is pretty crazy considering I have both the lettering and the main logo in there. Alright. Now I can just reuse the same E from before. So that's this one. And course, I'll probably have to move some stuff around too. Put that in the back. Pixel, it's a different color there. Copy paste, it's a heck of a thing. Alright, now for the R. Oh, big sneeze. gas in here. This one's gonna be a bit bigger than the first one though. Let's go like that. And this one's gonna be a bit fatter, I think, though, than the first one. That little bit of white there. That one. Controller, don't do this to me again. Could have saw that coming. I mean, I could if I wanted to, just leave it like this, call it a day. But we gotta add that gator tail, man. It's the best part. wraps the whole thing together. Ooh. Alright, so I want to start about here. Just gonna wiggle back a bit. Actually, it's kind of thick. Let's tone it down just a bit. That's a little better. And it's going to end with one of these things. Shake it around this. Yeah, that looks good. Just maybe angle it a bit more so we make it. All right. Almost 2/3 of the layers used. Alright, now what we're going to want to do is cut this. Because in the logo we just have the little tiny bit that's supposed to be there. Like about so. Yeah. And for the final touches, make this the same color as that. We're going to take that portion of the tail. Which one is it? That one. Copy it, put it there. Alright, let's do some final tweaks. More edging on here. pretty good. Might just make the M a little bit thicker because compared to the rest, not very thick. Top of the M, there we go. Boom. Oh, actually a little bit here too. Find what shape that is. Yeah, that looks a lot more in line with the rest. Let's make this part just a bit bigger too. Here or here? I like that better. Take a quick screenshot, share to Twitter. Oh, actually, before I save my work, I'm going to delete that. Gotta always save like every 10 minutes, just in case. There we go. How long's this stream been? 2.5 hours. Probably would have been like 220, 225 without all those controller issues, but about what I planned. 2-hour stream. Always takes me about 2 or 2.5 hours for a good logo set. Those of you who tuned in, thanks for watching. This is my first logo stream in quite some time, so... Ah, that's where that was. Delete that and save again. As always, if you guys have any requests for me, I'm always happy to do more. I'm only down to like a couple more on Reddit. Well, I primarily took requests through Reddit, but honestly, you guys could reach me through any medium at this point. Send me a Twitter DM. Instagram I don't check as much, but that's an option. Whew. Grind is real for these. Holy moly. First time I sat in this chair in a while. My back kind of hurts. But yeah, that'll do it for this stream. Hopefully I'll do more logos here. I really don't have much of a schedule, but yeah, be doing a lot of logos, maybe just prepping into the winter, and then February, March is going to come around. A lot of people are going to be playing with Nintendo and Xbox, so I'm excited. Any other ideas for streams too, let me know. I do more than just logos. Just download Backyard Baseball for my Mac. Play Rocket League. Just this is the easiest to do with remote play with like Basecam and Streamlabs and all that. So there's always a input lag with the remote play and the controller and all that. So cool. I'm gonna end it right here. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.